So I had a completely different video planned today. Um, but I was on my way to work today and I was just thinking, I was like, man, I had a realization over the past couple of days, and I think I might have undiagnosed ADHD. And like I said, I wasn't going to talk about this. I had a completely different video planned. But the reason that I am talking about it is because over the past week, I've just been so amped and so pumped up about posting these videos because I'm doing like a 30-day challenge where I'm gonna post every single day for 30 days and just see what happens. And like I said, I was super motivated. I was planning. I was like, oh, okay, if I'm gonna do this, then I need to get up at this time. I need to make sure that my dog. Sorry, it's hot in this little room, but I was like, I need to make sure my dogs get out by this time, and I have to feed them by this time, and then I have to leave the house by this time. All this stuff. I had a legit plan. Bought a little ring light and everything. And then yesterday, I shot my first video. Haven't even posted it yet. Haven't even edited it yet. And all that motivation is just gone. And it's weird because I've been in this season, as you guys know, where I've just been in the desert. And before, I always thought that I was just like this super ambitious person because I always wanted to succeed and do all these things. But in this season, I'm just like, I've been reflecting and just writing things down and journaling, or I've been trying to journal. I haven't been consistent with it. But what I've been realizing is that, I jump from thing to thing way too quickly, where I'm just like, this is it. This is the idea that God gave me. I'm just going to run with it. And then I do that. I run with it for like 2 or 3 days. And then, like I said, I feel like I use so much energy in the planning process that when it actually comes to it, I lose all motivation. And like I said, I don't know if that's normal, but I started looking it up. And last week or a couple weeks ago, I was talking to a couple people at work, and three different times within a week, somebody had mentioned ADHD. And I'll give you one example. This was like the third time where one of the girls on my job, she was talking about, oh yeah, I need some caffeine, I need coffee. And I told her, I was like, man, I don't like caffeine does nothing for me. Like the only thing that really wakes me up in the morning, if I was going to drink coffee, it would have to be piping, burning hot. And the fact that it's so hot and it burns my lips, that's the only way that I would wake up. The caffeine itself does nothing for me. And she's like, wow, caffeine doesn't do anything. She's like, you might have ADHD. And I was like, hmm. That was the third time that week. The first time somebody said something, it wasn't about me, but somebody mentioned it. I kind of just let it go. But then the second time, I'm like, coincidence. But then three times in 1 week, somebody had mentioned ADHD. And I'm just like, man, like maybe I don't know. So I just started doing some research and my own little TikTok research or YouTube research or whatever, and just some of the symptoms and things that they talk about. And one of the things that was mentioned was if you have ADHD, you feel like you have 20 tabs open in your head at all times. And when I read that, I was like, it kind of hit me to my core. 'Cause I'm like, dang, like sometimes I do be feeling like that, where I'm just like, I just feel like I have so much going on that I just don't do anything, if that makes sense. Where it's just I need to do so much, and the thought of actually doing it just overwhelms me to the point where I just kind of want to just isolate and just sit there and do nothing. And like I said, I don't know if it is or not. Maybe I'm just talking out of my face, but I just know growing up, like I mean, in the like Christian community and even in the Black Christian community, I don't want to say we don't believe in that type of stuff, but a lot of it is like we are more like, oh, this is a spiritual attack, and a lot of times it is, and I do believe that we can pray and lean on God and things like that, but then there is also a clinical or medical side that I don't want to say I don't believe in it, but that I haven't ever really tapped into. Like honestly, let's say I do have ADHD. I don't know how I would feel if like a psychiatrist diagnosed me and then told me to start taking medication. And as much as medication probably would help me, there's a piece of me that's just like, if I take medication, then I'm not leaning on God, then I'm not following. I don't know. I just feel like this weird vibe, and it's probably stupid. It's probably it's probably just dumb the way I'm thinking, but a lot of times, like I said, that's just kind of the way that I grew up, and that's not saying that like my parents raised me that way, but those are just some of the things that I feel like I took from the Bible. It's just like to lean on Christ and don't lean on anything else. I know there's a scripture about that, but or maybe I'm just making it up in my own head, or maybe that's the enemy just making me feel like I need to to do this on my own. I need to just muscle it out or have this willpower. But I'm 32 years old, about to be 33 this year, and I feel like, man, like it hasn't worked this long. Maybe I need to try something different. Maybe I do need to go see a doctor or something, or maybe I do need to just figure this thing out and kind of just humble myself and, like I said, and just bite the bullet. I don't know if y'all have ADHD in the comments or something. Let me know. Let me know if what or I guess how you figured it out, or if you got diagnosed as an adult or a child or whatever. But I feel like people that know me, if it did come out that I had ADHD, they'd probably be like, "Oh yeah, that makes sense." Just because I'm so sporadic, like my mind just can I can pull like movie clips or like music or something, like it just kind of just like it just sparks. If you say something and it reminds me of a movie, I'll just say it out loud. I remember my wife's mom, she thought that I had Tourette's when she first met me because I would just blurt out certain things, like from SpongeBob or something like that. But like I said, I don't know if it's ADHD or not, and I'm talking fast right now, so that might be a sign. But I don't know. I do need to figure it out though, because if I'm operating, or if my brain is operating at like 70% my entire life, where I'm just kind of just trying to overcompensate for the lack of dopamine or something like that, then I wonder what I could do if I was at full capacity. Like I don't know. And I was even praying to God this morning. I was like, man, like, and I don't know if this was him or not, but in my mind, I'm thinking, God, why would you wait till I was 32 years old to let me know that I have ADHD if this is it? And something in my mind told me, was like, well, you never slowed down long enough for me to even tell you that. And I was like, dang, because in this season, I've kind of had to be forced to slow down, to where I had to kind of like sit down. I had to reflect. I had to figure things out. I had to pray more. I had to kind of seek him more. And this is now almost a year into this journey of like leaving my job and seeking him and doing all this type of stuff. And now, like I said, if I do get diagnosed or something, and it would all make sense of kind of like the patterns that I have and the things that I struggle with. And it's like, man, like I had to get to this point. It took me this long to get to this point to actually sit down long enough to figure it out that, dang, maybe there is something wrong with my brain or whatever. And like I said, it might be. Maybe there might be nothing wrong with me. I'm just kind of talking. But like I said, I just wanted to make this video because this is what popped up into my head this morning. I had something completely else planned, that I felt like, okay. But then, like I said, I was driving to work and this is what popped in my mind. I just felt like, you know what? This is what I want to talk about, because this is what I'm struggling with right now. And like I said, you guys know that I'm on this transformation to kind of change my life, or at least put my life on the right trajectory to the end of the year. And if I could get some help to where it makes it easier to stick to things or to kind of focus on things, then that would be great. Because again, I made a video yesterday and that motivation is just gone. Like I don't even feel like editing that or even editing this video. So I might not even edit this. I might just kind of just clean it up and post it. But who knows? I don't know. I'm just kind of rambling right now, kind of lost. But we're gonna figure this thing out. We're gonna take one step at a time. But then my only fear with that is I'm gonna get so invested in trying to figure out if I have the ADHD, and then when it comes to actually like booking an appointment or actually doing something about it, I fear that I'm just gonna be like, whatever. I'm just gonna keep living my life, because that's the pattern that I've been on for so long that it's just like, is this going to change? Or I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, I'm rambling. Just wanted to talk to y'all. And hopefully y'all tune it back in tomorrow to where I actually post a video that makes a lot more sense. But all right, peace out. Love y'all. Have a good day.